Hello, Professor Benavides here. Let's continue talking about Chapter 3, and this is Task 2. So let's read it and then we'll drill down on it. Just create a folder on the desktop and name this folder using your last name. Move the RTF file that you created in the previous task to this folder. Open the folder as a window on the desktop and do a print screen of this folder showing its one and only file. Name the print screen Task 2 Move File. You will not need this folder again, so you can delete it after your print screen. Okay, so let's just do it one step at a time. So it says create a folder on the desktop and name the folder using your last name. So I'm going to right mouse click on the desktop. I'm going to go to New, and then I'm going to point to Folder. And then it says using your last name. So I'll call it by my last name, right? And press Enter. Now it says here, move the RTF file you created in the previous task to this folder. So it's a matter of knowing how to navigate to your My Documents folder. And there's different ways to get there. We could go through the File Explorer, or we could go to the Start and go to Documents. Here's my file. Okay. Now, I could do, now this is a move, it's not a copy. I could do cut and paste, but I can see that on my desktop right here on the left-hand side, I could just drag it over there, and, well, do I see that on there? Let's see. No, these are, that's the quick access. I would have to open up the desktop. Oh, don't make the mistake of dropping it into this one, because we want to put it into the folder that we created. And the way we get there is we've got to expand the view of the desktop, which is a component of this PC. This over here is quick access. Of course, if I would have clicked the desktop, then I would be able to see what's on the desktop. But what I want to do is I want to just do a quick drag and drop kind of situation. So here's my folder right away. I have all these other folders on the desktop. You just don't see them because I've got them on the other monitor. So what I want to do is just drag it and drop it. Now notice how a drag on the same drive is a move. Okay. If it was two different drives, it would actually be a copy. Now, a lot of people like to do the right mouse drag. Let me go ahead and show that to you. I'm going to do a Control Z. And if you right mouse drag this and then drop it in your destination, you'll get a chance to pick from the quick menu here whether I want to copy it, move it. So this was a right mouse drag, remember? Or I can even create a shortcut. So it's pretty handy, or I can cancel. I want to move, which is a cut, right? So there it goes. It's in there. All right. So let's go back here. It says here, open the folder as a window on the desktop. Window on the desktop means that it's not completely maximized, right? This is a window on the desktop rather than a maximized window, right? Or I guess we could, probably say a restored, right? A restored window on the desktop. Okay. So it says, open the folder as a window on the desktop and do a print screen of this folder showing its one and only file. Okay. All right, so we want to go ahead and then do a print screen. Now notice how, if we did a print screen, we'd get everything. So we're going to do this one slightly different. Let's do this one with Alt print screen. Now when we do Alt print screen, we're going to get only the current window. All right, so let's go ahead and do Alt and print screen. All right, did I do that right? No, I don't. I pressed something else. So the Alt print screen. No. Let's try that again here. Because you know, do I do Alt? Okay, well, when I do Alt, it's putting the underlines, and that's throwing me off a little bit. That's fine. So Alt print screen does send it to the clipboard. Remember, the clipboard is a temporary holding place in memory. Let's go ahead and start. Let's prove that it is in the clipboard by going to Paint and then clicking on Paste. And there it is. I was just spooking myself a little bit because of when you press the Alt keys, you remember that brings down the underline keys or the highlighted keys. And you notice it only gave me that current window, and that's really, well, that's what I wanted. Alt print screen will always give you the current dialog or the current window. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and save this. And it's already ready to save into that folder, and I'm going to go ahead and call it Task to Move File. And let's go ahead and make this a JPEG. All right, so that's the end of this one. So what did we learned how to create a folder. We learned how to create move the file. We learned how to save to that folder, right? And then we learned how or you may have learned this in previous chapters, is how to do a print screen of just the current window. Okay. All right. This folder, we're not going to need it because we've already done the print screen. So let's verify that we've got the print screen before we delete that folder. Hopefully you won't get them mixed up. And yes, there it is. There's my proof. So to delete this folder, you just right mouse click on it and go to delete. So right mouse clicking is the way to go. When this context sensitive menu, you can do many things. You can rename, you can delete, check the properties, cut, copy, paste. It's a very helpful thing to know. Of course, they could have just dragged it to the recycle bin, which would have been another way to go ahead and do that. All right, that's the end of this task. See you in the next one.